Friday. Welcome to Chocolate One. My name's Beth. I'm an independent designer with Chocateur, and a fun project for you tonight. I'm going to show you how to use a couple of transfers so that you can have holiday sayings and then flip it over and have everyday sayings. So if you're watching, please say hello, leave me a comment, like and follow my Facebook page, and smash those heart buttons for me. I'm going to share this to the VIP group. There we go. Okay, and share. There we go. All right. Holy smokes, it was so flippin' cold this morning. It was 5 degrees when I woke up. And it maybe got to 17 today at the highest. So, so cold. We're supposed to get about 10 inches of snow over the weekend. So, it's officially winter. These are the transfers we're going to use today. And we're going to use our simple shape rectangles. And I think I'm going to do this one first. And I want, oops, not this one, this one. I'm going to do there's two different fonts. So we're going to do Rejoice, Believe, and Rejoice. And then on this one, on the back side of our surface, we're going to do Happiness is Homemade. If you feed them, they will come. I thought those were both really cute. So let's get started here. Let me find my Sharpie. This is 2021. And homemade sayings. And I think this is this is 2021 too. I thought this was last year's. So I guess this is still available. And this is holiday sayings. Okay. There's a start. Let's start with this one. Hi Jane, how are you tonight? Let me get my comments over here. Happy Friday. Congratulations to your daughter. Jane was telling me that her daughter completed her CNA course and graduated from that last night. So congratulations. That is a heart. Are these cut apart already? Find a place where it rolls up. Oh no, I don't think I've used this one yet. So let's write back on the back of this backer sheet. I love the CNAs I work with. I depend on them when I'm working. They are so knowledgeable about things that I'm not. I wasn't a CNA before I started nursing school, so that is such an excellent foundation for the healthcare field. All right, you gonna be stubborn? No, you're gonna zip for me. Zip. And the CNAs that I'm working with have been CNAs for many years, and so boy, their depth of knowledge and experience is just, it's priceless. Okay, here we go. Get these zipped up here. It's one of those sticky ones, I think. That's why it's kind of getting stuck a little bit for us in places. There. Okay, so we need a fuzzing cloth. And we're going to use our rectangle surfaces again today. So we're going to open these up too, and we need to wax them. Because you know me, I'm probably going to find a way to repurpose this at some point. And waxing gives me that insurance. When you were a baby nurse, yeah. Well, I've been a nurse for 26 years, and those girls still teach me things. It's awesome. Okay, let's see here. Set that over there. Let's fuzz these first. So I really like the pulley. I like all of them. That one. And this one. And then we'll set this over here. My daughter and I went and did some grocery shopping for the holiday meal today. The stores weren't too bad. It was just so stinking cold, and parking lots are so icy. You have to be so careful. That feels pretty good. Let's get our boards ready. I'm just going to put a layer of natural. This is a wood finishing wax. And I'm going to use the natural color because I'm keeping it kind of just neutral today. I guess I'm about as ready for Christmas as I'm going to be this year. There we go. And flip these over because we're going to do both sides. So we'll wax both sides. And the puppies they could barely stay out long enough to do their potties outside. And I could see them out there at the gate doing little, putting their feet up and down like that. And the chickens were doing the same thing. The kitty cats were doing the same thing. We have heating mats for the barn cats to sit on, so they have a place to go get warm. Chickens, we have my husband does a recipe for them. We make a big vat of oatmeal, and we mix in cayenne and cinnamon. The cayenne pepper helps them stay heated. They don't have heat sensors in their mouth, so they can eat a lot of cayenne or jalapenos or peppers like that. And then the cinnamon is for respiratory for them. Interesting, huh? Let's heat this up a little bit. Shouldn't do it on this transfer. Here's my cloth, my buffing cloth. 34 years you've been a nurse, Jane, my goodness. I got a late start on my education. I didn't go back to school until I was in my 30s and my kids were older. But it's been an awesome career. There's a couple, I like waxing this white surface for a couple of reasons. Gives me a little insurance. I think I need a little bit more right there. If I make a mistake, I have a little bit of better chance of cleaning it up. Also, it prevents me from pulling up any of the white paste or paint that's on the board, because sometimes that pulls up a little bit. And then last is that, what was the last one I was going to say? Oh, it kind of seals in the little crevices of the wood grain, so I decrease the chance of my paste feathering under there. Okay, let's put these over. I like to get a little bit of a shine. Then I feel like I've got a pretty good wax on the board. You probably can't see it, but I can see it as I'm buffing it. I can see it kind of pop up. I would like it to feel a little smoother, so I'm going to put a little bit more wax over here. And I probably use more wax than most people do. But maybe other people don't reuse these boards either. I don't know. Almost got it, you guys. There we go. There it is. It's popping up. And I think we'll put our holes in this, because these are going to be kind of a hanging sign. So I think I'll put, I have a crocodile. I don't have the Chocateur has a really nice hole punch too now. Waited a long time for that to get in. So let's see where we're going to put these. I'll grab a pencil. That's a pen. Pencil. And I think I'll try and go in at the 1 inch mark on both sides. And do the same up here. Oops, over here. There we go. So let's punch our holes. Just kind of line it up. Which one am I on? The big one or the little one? I want the big one. Scoot it back. That's the top. I'm going to do them on the bottom also. Looks pretty straight. Yay. And this is the top piece. Hard to see in there. That looks pretty good. Let's see. Put a little There we go. My husband had to punch something the other day. He says, "Do you have a hole puncher?" I said, "Sort of." He says, "That's a monster." I said, "It works." All right, got our holes punched. Let me move this out of the way. It's a big boy. All right, now we're ready to make this the top one. We'll put the leaf on the top and just line it up. And press your air out of that silk screen. These are vinyl silk screen transfers. They're not stencils. There's a silk screen where you can see the white, and they're reusable 8 to 12 times, and I think many more times with good care. So we started part of the good care process by waxing our boards, and then we'll follow up with washing our transfers right afterwards. There we go. Really pushing that down good. I got the first part of this done. And I'm going to use the Shimmer Crimson for these. I think feels holiday to me still, so this is, I think, a new jar. My other one was getting so dried out. So if your styrofoam lid has a lot of paste on it, take your squeegee and just scrape that back into your jar, because that's a lot. And now they were saying to save these styrofoam lid covers. I'm throwing them away because everything gets so messy. So I'm going to toss that in there, and I'm going to stir this together. Also, because we're having such cold weather, you don't want your paste to freeze. I think they did do some testing on this particular formula of paste, but it's a good idea if you have paste that's being shipped to you, if you've ordered some, to get it as soon as possible. I think I want red. Black and white I'm going to do black and white on the other side for sure. And I'm going to do this in the crimson red. So I'm just going to put it on and spread it. It's got a pretty shimmer in there. And the squeegee has you can't see it now, it's full of paste, but it's kind of beveled. So I'm just hold it at like almost a 90-degree angle. And then go through and smooth it off. Skim it off so it's nice and smooth. And that's what gives you a really pretty print. And it allows you to take a minute to look and make sure you got everything covered. We're going to pull this up. Oh, looks great. I'm going to wash this really fast. That's going to give me a little insurance that I'm going to get almost all of that paste off of there. The main focus is the silk screen. If you have some staining or pigment discoloration on the teal green part of the transfer, you don't really have to worry about that. Let's hang this over here to drip dry and grab a paper towel. Always so happy when it comes out. It looks so good. Doesn't that screams rejoice to me? I love it. Okay, and let's do Believe. Let me make sure I have this one really pushed down good. You want to get the air out of there because you don't want a tiny air pocket in there where the paste can puddle underneath. That can cause problems. I'm leaving the star because I'm wondering if I want to do it another color. Think about it while I'm finishing up here. Skim this down. And I think I'm going to do the star red. Done. Make sure I got all those little legs of the E done. That looks good. Okay. Looks great. Wash this one really fast. The board erasers really help pull that paste out of the silk screen also, especially the with the shimmers. It has that micro glitter, so you really want to make sure you get that cleaned out. Okay, we're going to dry these. Dry my hands. Oops, I came untaped over here. I have to tape this power strip to my desk or else the cord's a little short on these and it flies down. Thank you. Hi, Charlotte. How are you tonight? Are you staying warmish? It's very, very cold here. It could be worse. I saw somebody post that it was negative 30 in North Pole, Alaska. That's unbearable. I'm going to dry it really good because we're going to flip it over and do the other side. Have you guys tried these simple shapes before? If you have, let me know how you like them. I'm liking them. It's kind of like all my surfaces. I'll get on a kick of using a specific surface. Like I was doing a lot of box frames for a while. And What's the other? Oh, I love the palette boards too. I reuse the palette boards also. Clean them off, they clean off great. And the shimmer paste takes longer to dry. I finally learned not to stick my finger in it. So I always end up with a fingerprint. I can hear the puppy getting mouthy out there again. Try it. The star was the last thing we did, so it looks good. Oh my gosh, I just had a thought. You know what that little star reminds me of? Does anybody remember the little foil stars that had the adhesive backs? I was just telling my husband about this. Oh, this one has to go up. No, this goes here. I was just telling my husband about this the other day, that when I was a little girl, when I was taking tap and ballet, at the end of the class, the teacher, Mrs. Mapes, would give us a foil star and we'd put it inside our tap shoe. You know, those little memories are fun. All right, we're gonna flip this over gently. And now we're going to get our other one. And we're going to do Happiness is Homemade. And that's going to go on the top, but we need to, oh, that one hasn't been cut yet. I thought I'd cut those. Here we go. Haven't used this. I think I used the laundry one once. Oops. And I like the fork on this one. It's so fancy and old-fashioned. If you feed them, they will come. Let's set this aside. Fuzzy cloth over here. And you can fuzz on a terry cloth towel. You can fuzz on your clothing. I usually have dog hair on my clothing, so I prefer not to do that. So keep that in mind if you have shedding animals in your house. You might end up with a transfer full of fur. It's not exactly the fuzz we want on here. Okay, that one's going to go on here. This one more. It has a lot of adhesive area on it. And this is going to go on here. This is so cute. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it the other way. Happiness is Homemade. This is probably the easiest craft I've ever done. I kid you not. Oops, I wrinkled it. And I'm going to do these in black, or black velvet. Now keep in mind, some of the jars of black velvet, the paste is pretty thin. And so what you can do, if you have a new jar of the Creamy Dreamy and the paste is thin, you can leave the lid off for like an hour before you go to use it, and that will help thicken it up. Also, some of the early jars, they had an odor to them, and you can send a fix-it ticket in and they'll replace that, because it shouldn't be like that. I had to do that on a couple of them. I think what I heard was that when they changed out the big machines that they used to mix it in, one of the parts of the machine, they didn't get it changed out, and it heated the paste too much. I think that's something like that's what I heard. Okay, so same thing. So this is a little bit thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to push hard. I'm just going to glide my squeegee over it, because I don't want it to run underneath. Kind of like with our ink, I'm going to try and go one direction with it. I like to try and pass on tips I've learned, because I listen and watch and a lot. Now let's go see if we can skim this down really smooth. The other thing, if you're worried about, get that, there we go. Still have extra paste on there. The other thing is, if you're worried about it being thin and having that kind of that feathering under there, you can take your quick dry tool and just briefly hit that. Briefly. And we have a great print. I'm so happy. Okay, we're going to wash this really quick. Now the black pigment, the black paste does have a very strong pigment, and it usually does stain your transfer a little bit. What you can do, if you want to be extra fussy, bring it to your fuzzing cloth and add a little extra pressure in it. You can get most of that off. But like I said earlier, as long as your silk screen is clean, you're fine. But if you want to, I kind of like them to look pretty, because I hang them up in here, and you know, if they're all stained up looking, it's not as fun for me to look at. I don't know, is that silly? Maybe a little bit. Okay, that one's done. Paper towel. So isn't that a cool trick about just barely hitting it with the blow dryer? You can do that on, like I said, this white wood surface. It does, you can get that feathering, and I don't like it. I know it's, every craft is unique, blah, 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 but I like it to look crisp, usually. Okay, let's do this one. Try and go one direction. Now you don't want to do that with any other tool because of the temperature. You don't want to melt your transfer. Okay, I'll go through and skim this down. We're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to hit it just for a second. Just going to give us a hint of it being dry. And pull this up. And we have a really great print. So nice. My water is about done over here. The older dog, we're having difficulties integrating the dogs together. So he lunges at, when we go to take the puppy out of the playpen, he lunges at him, and I'm afraid he's going to try and bite him. So I don't know. We have an interesting situation on our hands. Okay, let's do the same thing with this. See if I can get some more of that black paste off of here. That's pretty good. Now we're going to dry these. Hang this up. You love the red one. Thank you, Jimmy. Definitely. Oh, good. You're gonna try them on your next one. Good. I think they're a lot of fun to work with. Look. Now to find some ribbon or something. It might just be twine. I don't have, I think it's just going to be jute because I don't have any fancy ribbon for this, for both sides. Like a black and a red would be really good, but I have either black or I have red. I don't think, red might look cute on this, and then, but it's the wrong red for the other side. Oh well, we're just going to do twine. I'll just cut off. Let's see, I'm going to do about maybe 10 inches. Two, and then we'll make the top a little bit longer since I'm not exactly sure. So the trick here is which side do you want the knot or the little bow on? put the bow on this side, but we have to try and get it about the same distance apart. And we'll have a cute little hanging design, decor piece, sign, whatever you want to call it. You could put, you know, if you wanted to, you could put some cute little beads in there. I'm not going to do that tonight. I really like this grid mat for this reason also, with all the measurements on it. Makes it pretty handy. So once you got your, if you have enough, once you have your, I don't know if I left enough space, you could make a cute little bow here. We can kind of do it. Let me see if I can make that smaller. Just a little shoe tie bow. Let's see. There's probably so many ways to do this, you know. And make it a little smaller. Okay. That should hold it. That looks cute. And now let's take this one. Or if you wanted to add some greenery to it, that's not my thing. I'm just going to make sure, and I don't need that to be very long up there. I might just tie it in a knot at the top here. I think that's what we'll do. There we go. So cute. Isn't that darling? And now there's that side. We have two sides. So we have Christmas, every day, and Christmas. It looks pretty even. I think I might need to shorten this side up just a little bit. But that was so fun to make. Hi Nancy, how are you? Thank you, Jane. I like it. I think it's really cute. I mean, you could probably get another set and keep on going down and make a ladder design type thing. Definitely could. So that was it today, you guys. I had a lot of fun in here. This is my special place to come in and just kind of hang out and get away from husband and the dogs, life for 30 or 40 minutes, and look at our transfers are all washed. I'm just going to bring them over here, and actually they're still a little damp. I'm going to grab my fuzzing cloth, and you don't want to, I hang them on the edge of my table just to kind of drip dry, get most of the water off, but you don't want to leave them stuck over on anything because you'll lose that adhesive. It will firmly adhere to whatever it is that it's stuck to. So, and I just let them sticky side up, and then I'll come back in about an hour and clean up the rest of my stuff and put them back on the backer sheet. And when you zip them off like this, they're so easy to put back on for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. No clue. But, okay, well, happiness is homemade, don't you think? I'm going to take off. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit tonight until we chalk and talk again. I'll be back tomorrow. Take good care.